3-part yoga breathing or balloon breathing. As always, find that nice foundation, either seated or standing, with yourself really rooted down into that surface. Grow the spine tall, lift the shoulders up and back, and lift the crown of the head towards the sky. Palms can be up or down, in your lap if you're seated, or by your sides if you're standing, and eyes can be opened or closed, that's really up to you. And so friends, we begin as we always do, by bringing the attention inward and towards the breath. Allowing ourselves to just focus on one thing, the breath. So just becoming aware of the inhale and the exhale in breath awareness. Perhaps beginning to notice its qualities, how it feels to be breathing. You might begin to note its length. You may begin to notice if the breath is moving at the chest or the rib cage or the belly button. Just noticing. We're not doing anything here, we're just noticing it. And my friends, when the thoughts from the outside come in, and they always will, just tune the attention back to the breath. Now, if you notice that there is a difference in length with the breath, then that's okay, right? There's no right or wrong here. Begin to count or just sense the breath. And then slowly begin to transition so that that shorter part comes a little longer. If you're counting, you might take the average between the two. Or just sense it, trying to bring that inhale and exhale to the same length. But remembering not to force it. Just let it come. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. The key is moving in the direction of equal. Equal breathing. And now, tune the attention to the belly button. As you inhale, allow the belly to rise and expand. And as you exhale, gently draw the belly button back towards the spine. You can place a hand on or in front of your abdomen as you do this. This is called belly breathing, and it's the first part of our 3-part yoga breathing or balloon breathing. Belly breathing is grounding, so if you feel scared or unsure or frantic, this is a great technique to come to. And here you're letting that expansion happen from front to back. You're welcome to stay here. You're also welcome to end your practice here. If you'd like to continue, see if you can elongate the breath by 1 count, both on the inhale and the exhale. And it's okay if not. Now, as you inhale, allow the belly to rise and the rib cage to rise and expand. And you can place one hand at the rib cage, just as a place of reference. Inhale, belly rises, rib cage rises. As you exhale, rib cage draws back and the belly button comes back to the spine. Inhale, belly, rib cage rise. Exhale, rib cage draws back and the belly button comes back to the spine. friends, check in with your posture. Spine is long, shoulders are up and back, the crown of the head is lifted. And you're softening here around that strength. If the thoughts from the outside come in, that's okay. It's normal. That's why this is a practice. We've conditioned our brains to constantly think, and typically think about more than one thing at a time. And so this is the process of undoing all of that. It's going to take some time. So now you might be feeling that that torso is beginning to expand, not just front to back at the belly, but side to side at the rib cage. Some of you might find actually that you feel more constricted or restricted, and that's okay too. Just do your best to ease in here, to not hold the breath and also not force it. So just do what feels okay. This is also a good stopping point. If you'd like to continue to the full 3-part yoga breath or full balloon breathing, check in with the posture, sit up nice and tall, check in with what needs a little bit more adjusting. And then when you're ready, see if you can elongate the breath by one more count. And again, it's okay if not, it's optional. And then as you inhale, allow the belly to rise, the rib cage to rise, and allow the breath to come up underneath of the collarbones. As you exhale, the breath exits from under the collarbones, the rib cage draws back, and the belly button comes back to the spine. Inhale, belly rises, rib cage rises, the breath comes up underneath of the collarbones. As you exhale, you stay tall, and the breath exits from the collarbones, rib cage draws back, and the belly button comes back to the spine. So here's where you begin to feel that expansion in 3 directions: front to back, side to side, and top to bottom. If you're visual, you might imagine a balloon in your torso or that represents your torso. The end of the balloon, the part that you blow into, is up towards the sky, while the bottom of the balloon, where the air begins to pool, is at the navel. And as you breathe, that balloon just engages and opens in that abdomen, and then on up into the rib cage, and finally that part that's closest to the end, that part where you blow in. And then as you exhale, the breath exits from the end first, then the middle of the balloon, then the bottom of the balloon. So here you're imagining that balloon inflating and deflating. The key being the inflation and deflation happen at the same speed. And you might feel that expansion in the torso just a little bit more. You also may become aware of places that are really tight. My friends, remember, stress, sadness, all kinds of emotions, they take up little pockets of space in our body, in our mind, in our heart. And so this 3-part breath helps us to create space in the torso. It helps us to unlock those tight places. Those places may be filled with stuff that's not serving us. And that exhale, that purposeful exhale, allows us to begin to release that stuff. And so my friends, I went slowly through this, but you can come to full 3-part breathing quickly so it can be used in the moment when needed. Feel free to spend as much time as you'd like here. Thank you for allowing me to